Dak Prescott now with the Dallas Cowboys. 33 completions per game, leading the country's fourth in passing yards. Out of the air raid offense with a lot of short throws, and they start
decision of where to go with the ball and to get it out of his hand quickly.
Junior from Brandon, Mississippi, and his pass off.
But he is an impact player from his inside position.
He was huge in the win against Tennessee. Had 2 forced fumbles. Rodgers given some time, now retreating and throws it away. Mississippi State will punt.
Well, watch Jalen Carter. He's going to spy first, and then he's going to delay rush as soon as the quarterback leaves the pocket.
So 1st and 15. Bennett zings one, caught. Marcus Rose.
But is to go fast.
After a gain of 10, out wide it goes to Rosemy-Jacksaint again. He's stacked up and has the first down out of up side by side. Kenny McIntosh, not much.
And they're a real challenge, a lot of movement with this defensive front.
It was the last meeting. It was in Athens in 2020. Bowers his first catch and drags tacklers with him.
Here's what you see, everything that Bowers can do. He's working on a safety, his hands, and then he breaks tackles.
15-yard gain. Bennett on target again, and it's the other tight end, Darnell.
The most dynamic position on the team.
30-yard catch followed by a break the huddle quickly, and they have to with the play clock running down, and Bennett dropped the snap. And
out of the huddle quickly, they want to snap it quick, and they don't get a clean exchange between Van Pran.
Kenny McIntosh, the tailback, following Carter, and he got driven back.
And then make the play. Jalen Carter hits him, he sheds the block, and makes the tackle. That's an unbelievable play by the linebacker, Tyrus Wheat.
Deshaun Page and Kendall Milton now the tailback. Play fake, wide open. Brock Bowers.
They kept Carter in, and Mississippi State somehow forgot about Brock Bowers, expecting run with
Georgia. They forced the 3 and out in the opening Mississippi State possession. Jo'quavious Marks. They don't run it, and that's out to the 39 and a first down.
Well, and they don't normally play with 2 backs in the backfield. This is one of the few times they follow with the lead block, and a nice job by Marks.
Their first down. Georgia bringing pressure, and they drop to Lou Griffin. He struggled to score. Great win for Jeff Hafley and the Eagles. Will make Molly McGrath happy down on our sideline. 8 defensive players drafted. 5 in the first round. They're just about exactly the same statistically as they were a year ago. And there's Jalen Cabell's clanging, even with the rough start for the home team. On first down, Dejon Edwards, their leading, Kelly, and the LSU Tigers in Atlanta for the SEC championship. Stetson Bennett, high throw, not sure if that was allowed. Some question why it's allowed. It's a pretty neat tradition here. Brock Bowers did not get the first down. Stopped by USAA. 1st and 10, Mississippi State in this battle of the Bulldogs. Georgia leading 7-0. Will Rogers flushed and gets it off. Diving catch.
They are running it more this year than ever before under Coach Leach.
Yeah, it's not
well against Arkansas and A&M, 2 of their big wins in conference.
They had 162 yards rushing against Arkansas here. 3-3 in the SEC, all 3 wins at home. Been a much better team here. High snap handled. There's Dylan Johnson, who did not get the first down. They're out of the shotgun on 4th and 1, just across midfield. Dylan Johnson, the running back. Will they actually snap it?
Play clock down at 5 right now.
It's at 2, at 1. They just did get it off, and the pass is batted down.
Across the formation, he can't get there in time to do anything about getting his hands down. That ball actually hit him in the head. He was coming off the edge, and there was no one to block him early enough to open up this throwing lane on 4th down. That's who they targeted twice a week ago. I'm sorry, there he is in motion, number 11.
And they stuffed the run for a loss with a touchdown to Brock Bowers for the only score of the game so far. 4-man rush. They pressured Bennett. His arm got hit, and it is intercepted. Colin Duncan bringing it back for...
Yeah, Tyrus Wheat on the blitz. Got the arm. The ball hung and fluttered in the air. And Mississippi State, who's done a good job taking the football away this year, is there for the interception. Colin Duncan.
Obvious marks the running back on the right hip of Will Rogers. Down the middle into traffic and almost intercepted. Almost taken back immediately. Just named a semi-finalist for the Jim Thorpe Award, one of 12 for the best defensive back in the country.
Wow.
And that one's almost intercepted. Off of with one there. Back in action. He left the game last week against Tennessee. Rogers in full retreat, gets away from Munden and just throws it away. Let's bring in Matt Austin. He's our rules expert, watching for his very warm, well-heated home tonight.
7.5, quickly called timeout. This is a beautiful game last week by Stetson.
And he hit the deep ball regularly, particularly early. He throws on the run and threw that one up for grabs. 47-49. Dominated Tennessee to earn the #1 ranking. Will they still be there when we watch on Tuesday night?
This is a great blitzer right here. Watson, the linebacker.
Nice pocket for Bennett, and he's on target to Ladd McConkey for the first. Check down to Edwards, and he stepped out of bounds at the 49-yard line. Mississippi, where he was the head coach for 3 years at Southern Miss, down in Hattiesburg. Bowers takes off after the catch. And there's a flag down on the tackle under a 4.5 40. Kendall Milton stopped, just off to a fast start again. They've outscored their opponents now 95-9 in the first quarter this season, leading 7-0 after one here. Here's Bowers again. And it took a lot for...
They can be inside, outside, same side.
McIntosh, play stopped. Looks to be a little bit short of Dejon Edwards, the running back. Will they actually snap it? Yes, they will. Stetson Bennett surges forward, looks to have the first down.
Right now, over 500 yards a game.
After the play fake, checks it down to Darnell Washington. Good job by Buki.
Receiver, that is a true tight end body.
2nd and 6. Edwards. It is a solid.
Over here, Washington and Bowers to the short side of the field.
You think they wouldn't lose track of them this time, but they did. Darnell
Washington was looking over his inside shoulder, but there was a defender there, and so Bennett tried to throw with a back shoulder, and he just threw it a little too far to the outside.
Per game of 10.2 points per game. This year it's 10.8. Just 32 yards of offense for Mississippi State. Quick slant, caught, first down. In scoring defense behind Illinois, but Illinois gave up a bunch in their home loss today to Purdue. So at the moment, Georgia's #1 in scoring defense.
Rest of the year, he still watches film, attends every practice, and holds a script during practice and games, and he's been coaching up the linebackers on the sidelines this entire game.
Yeah, it's a big loss, but they have such great depth brought on by the outstanding and a team leader. Will Rogers starting to get a rhythm.
And you're backed up a little bit.
Rogers under pressure, still got it. Spent a couple of years at Georgia, and Rogers reintroduced to Jalen Carter on the throw.
Yeah, because of the pressure, he wasn't really.
Georgia coaches have a lot of respect for Will Rogers. In a big game, in a very hard-fought game. Last time these two teams played 2020 in Athens. 7-point Georgia win. Rufus Harvey. 6 for 6 on the drive. Given time, checks it down. Williams lunged for the first down, didn't get there. In Dallas, Georgia, probably 4 down territory. They had 3rd and short in the first quarter, became 4th and short, and they didn't get it. They'd like to get it on 3rd down, and they do. Out wide to Tulu Griffin.
Somebody open. We just have to make sure the quarterback can read it and throw to the open space, and that time perfect timing on the slant.
7 minutes to go in the half. 10-0 Georgia, but the best possession by far for Mississippi State. Dylan Johnson broke it.
Combination of him and Jo'quavious Marks. Pretty good 1-2 punch.
Rogers throws it in a double coverage and incomplete in the general direction.
Coverage, but Lassiter was underneath the coverage. And watch, he grabs right here as he comes out of his break. And he didn't need to.
Touchdown. 22 of those 25 scores are touchdowns. Two of the best red zone offenses in the country. Georgia's been the best in the country this year. Back of the end zone, one-handed catch, and then it comes out. Would have been out of mark. Very active period. Almost as many plays on this drive as they had the entire game. For the goal line and incomplete.
Thanks.
The touchdown percentage high because Mike Leach doesn't like to kick field goals. See if he does if they get stopped here. They try to sneak in the run. It gained 3 yards, but not enough. Jo'quavious Marks stood up at the 2. Not like we should all know.
No, it's well, it's something in the South. It's everybody has their own version. It's something special that's going to make you come back for more.
Tough run, but opening drive. Marched right down the field and scored on a touchdown pass. Bennett to Bowers. Just 3 points since.
That's painful.
14 out of 18 for 117. The touchdown and the interception. And he can do this as well. Slides down.
Not much of a passing threat, but the quarterback run was a problem.
It was a big problem, as you said. A lot of pirouettes. And then he threw it.
Bowers is right here.
3rd down and 5. Zach Garnett brings pressure, and they leave the man wide open on the far sideline. Edwards, first down. And out of bounds, a 15-yard gain.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, here comes the pressure. Nobody accounts for him. They were expecting the back. Bennett with his eyes.
Bennett for Kearis Jackson.
What a catch.
For a first down for Georgia at the 14-yard line.
What body control, because Forrest Jackson just made a wonderful play.
Bennett, another man open. It's Jackson again. Tie. And was the final score of the game, the Georgia 31-24 win. Bennett, shake and bake, touchdown.
Supporter, my man. Watch this move by Stetson Bennett.
96 for Georgia, is wearing 44.
Wow. He had a 13-yard touchdown on 3rd down last week to start the scoring against Tennessee. gets to hold the light, and then he eats.
42 seconds to go. Georgia throwing a pass on first. Trusting Stetson Bennett not to make a big mistake, and threw that one away. Joined their program in 2017 as a walk-on. This is the first season he was the clear-cut starter to start the year. And he has had a tremendous season. Dumps it off, incomplete. Back for the Brett Thorson punt. Short. Davion Thomas. Davion Thomas! Touchdown, Mississippi State! Thomas, true freshman from Woodmere, Louisiana.
Well, you see the missed tackle and a great block by Marcus Banks, #1 on Erickson. It's Georgia offense.
Bennett 18 out of 25 in the first half. Hands it off to Kenny McIntosh.
Confident in the face of adversity and admitted that the crowd has gotten to his team at times during this game, Sean.
They marched right down the field on the opening drive. Haven't been as impressive. Here comes Ladd McConkey.
He's got
Ladd
great
McConkey. He may go. Ladd McConkey. Touchdown, Georgia.
But watch Darnell Washington get out on the perimeter and get the key block to seal the edge for McConkey. The big man out there secures the corner. McConkey cuts inside, and then it's just speed after that. Ladd McConkey, the leading receiver coming into the game.
Number 8 for Georgia is now wearing 26.
Couple big plays last week, and as we take a look.
Big play to start the second half. The lead to 12. Will Rogers.
A lot of room.
Caleb ducking.
Have had all game. I don't know if it was a breakdown in coverage or what. There was a lot of room there on that first pass.
Rogers, after a slow start tonight, has picked it up. Swing pass. Dylan Johnson upended. Loss of 3. And that's going in reverse as well. Ra Thomas with 3rd and 14. Georgia brought pressure up the middle of the ball. It'll be against Georgia if the Bulldogs go on to win this one on first. Stetson Bennett, pressure coming. 3rd down and 8. Feels like a big play, even though we're early in the 3rd quarter. 4-man rush, lots of time. Stetson Bennett for Jackson. Here's Jackson.
Beautiful throw. Watch, he's going to just drop it in this area right here. Beautiful throw, touch by Stetson Bennett. Wow. And the safety coming over the top to help, or the corner, Richardson, just a little bit late.
Because if it's incomplete, you're going to punt anyway. Here's Bennett going deep again. And that one was close for the work Kearis does in the community. McIntosh tried hard, but fire in the red zone, where they've scored on all but one trip this season. McIntosh came into tonight 50 scores on 51 red zone possessions, 98%. Bennett zings one to the goal line. Touchdown.
Great job of attacking leverage of the defender. He's in the slot. The defender has inside position. He takes that away.
Receptions and a touchdown against the Vols last week. Will Rogers
away.
They have struggled on offense against some of the best defenses in the conference.
That is to play pass defense. So the numbers should say you should be able to run, but it's hard to run against Georgia's 5.
Extra rushers, and the penalty against Forbes, as Matt said, it was a penalty, but if that's going to be the standard, then it could probably be applied more often. Here's Jo'quavious Marks, knocked down after into the 10. He's come back out. He does have his helmet, Molly McGrath tells us, from the sideline. On 2nd and 6, Will Rogers throws it away.
A lot better than it was a week ago.
He's throwing a deep ball, a little bit too deep for Jaden Wall. With all of those short throws, then they mix in the deep one.
Well, he had Wally going deep, and he also had Robinson coming into the middle.
Davis said earlier today on game day they'll talk fast, so they get right to that second game of the doubleheader on time. Branson Robinson is in a running back. Bennett. The Tennessee game, Stetson Bennett's phone number got out there. Nothing doing for Branson Robinson. Opportunity was born.
Yes.
They look like pretty good looking sweatshirts too. He has it batted down, and is it intercepted?
Intercepted right at the line of scrimmage. Tyrus Wheat just reached up with one hand, and I think he just pulled it off the body of the center, Cedric Van Pram. He wasn't going to get there for the sack. He bats it down. It's in between he and the center, and he just kind of grabs the football. The center had no idea where the football was. He's just pass protecting. What an athletic play.
Veteran defense. That's a big takeaway. They start at the 22 in dire need of a score with 6 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Dumped down for Dylan Johnson. Weaving inside the 10 and
for the Georgia offense.
Well, they haven't been great in that area. They're now -2 for the season in turnover margin, with the -2 tonight, both on Stetson Bennett interceptions. Will Rogers has a man. What?
Left the game, went in the injury tent. He's in coverage, and he just gets left. Bullard gets left behind. You got to wonder if he's a little banged up in that coverage situation. He was way out of position and beaten quickly.
Will Rogers, the touchdown pass. Mississippi State back in the game. Off the fake. Stetson Bennett almost intercepted again.
If he just throws it to Washington coming out here, he's got an easy completion. But he gets a little greedy. He wants to go downfield. And he throws it into coverage, and he's very...
Now and then he tries to do a little too much. McIntosh slicing for an 8-yard gain. Down and just under 2. Bennett fires, caught. Rosamie Jackson shoved. If he's a role player, he's a pretty good role player. Junior from Pompano Beach. St. Thomas Aquinas produced so many outstanding players. Bennett takes off running. He's across the line of scrimmage and dives down. On 2nd and 6, there's the tight end wide open in the flat. Darnell Washington. Camryon, a huge game. Well, in the Pac-12, but with national implications. Under 3 minutes to go. Georgia on the move again. The toss to Dejon Edwards. He's chopped down inside the 30. Here comes pressure. He just got it off. McConkey! Another catch!
By Stetson Bennett.
They're going to go quickly again after a 28-yard gain. And they stuffed the run. McIntosh. They lost a yard on the last play. They hand it off to the motion man, Edwards. And he's stopped back at the 5-yard.
Both outside. And kind of get him on the sweep, and it was just well played.
3rd down and goal. They bring pressure. It's well blocked. McConkey for Bow. There's the field goal. Would have only given them a 15-point lead, a 2-score game. Defense stops. Kenny Look forward to that. Well, McConkey's almost as many total yards as Mississippi State. Play fake. Wanted Bowers. Settles for the other.
And you just read the defense. And when you got a 6'7" guy in the back of the end zone, it's kind of an easy target, especially when he's wide open.
It's his first touchdown catch of the season, and the second of his career. The other, barring a significant change here, Georgia, you'd think, would remain the definitive #1. 19-point lead on the road against a good.
Having him on the field at the same time, so versatile.
Will Rogers on 2nd and 10.
That assessment, but they're both outstanding.
And Jalen Carter.
So is he.
Yeah.
And he's going to win one-on-one battles all the time. Just goes right by the guard, Cole Smith. Just too quick, too powerful.
Mississippi State ball at the 30-yard line. Ra Thomas. Well,
down 19.
And stumbling.
Since he did get the plant leg by having his foot, so the punter could not land. So
all right.
It'd have been a hard one for me to call, but I understand the call.
And they're looking. Todd, I have experience as a back
That's
judge.
right, you do.
In the SEC.
Yeah.
I'm sure Matt remembers it well, too. There's a nice catch over the middle.
Didn't count the people
Not
in
an
the
easy
backfield
job.
enough.
Jo'quavious Marks, 199. They're on the move, but the clock is ticking, and they're down by 3 scores. 2nd and 6. Good pass by Rogers, and a battle for the first down.
Tough catches and runs after the catch.
Georgia is way off the receiver nearest the hash marks here on the bottom of your screen, and they throw in that general direction, but Rufus Harvey wasn't on the same. Unfortunately, no longer still with us. From the 17-yard line, 2nd and 10. Jo'quavious Marks. And the clock goes under 10.5 minutes remaining. Still a 19-point lead for the #1 team in the country, which will clinch the East in the SEC with a victory. Will Rogers and Gardner Minshew very close. Gardner now with the Philadelphia Eagles. Played in a version of the air raid in high school, so Will was ready for this offense. He's ready to throw a touchdown, but it was dropped to convert on 4th and 1 with 10:03 to go. After a drop touchdown pass.
There's that late shift again.
Swing pass, Marks upended, and he's short.
They have not been good on critical downs. Another 4th down stop. Lassiter with a beautiful tackle.
If he doesn't make that tackle in the open. Mississippi State 0 for 2 on 4th down, 2 for 12 on 3rd down. Big part of this game. Here's Kendall Milton. Georgia will be in no hurry now, with the 19-point lead and approaching 9 minutes to go. So well coached, and Stetson Bennett is so smart. You know this game air raid offense came from Sean Pender, that freshman wide receiver whose dad really provided the Eagles a perfect 8-0. That's Monday night at 8 right here on ESPN. Dumped down to Dylan Johnson, and he gets 7 on game. Part of that deep secondary, made the tackle. LSU has already wrapped up its spot in the SEC title game. They clinched the SEC West today with their win at Arkansas in a defensive battle, and with Ole Miss's loss.
Lost to Florida State. Blown out by Tennessee at home. But they just kept getting better and better.
Well, the defense was great, but it's a win on the road to 8-2.
Well, the interesting thing that comes up, that the discussion will start happening,
elsewhere.
Yes.
But you're looking at probably a likelihood now of an undefeated Big Ten champ.
Yep.
And perhaps a one-loss runner-up.
And the one team that might, create the most.
It's getting even uglier for Texas A&M. They are behind 10-0 at Auburn tonight in the fourth quarter. Looking at their 6th straight loss.
On an SEC network.
Dejon Edwards, you wonder, the stage, as we said, battled back from 24-3 down to force overtime. Branson Robinson, the running back now. So it's going to be last time Georgia and LSU met was in the SEC championship game in 2019. LSU won big. They beat #1 Tennessee last week, although Georgia #1 in the AP poll. Georgia has 3 wins all time against.
That's dramatically different than all the other quarterbacks that are in the running is touchdown numbers. Now he has 3 tonight, which gives him 14 for the season.
Here's Kendall Milton busting free into the end zone.
Side of the offensive line just gets to the second level and there's nobody there. McConkey gets a block on Forbes, and once he gets to the second level, there's no maroon jerseys anywhere. A tired Mississippi State D. Young, everybody's saying he's going to be a top first-round pick. He's smaller than Stetson Bennett. No, I mean, so you're talking about some of the same difficulties at the next level that Bryce Young might have.
Yeah, I think we've seen it recently.
Been at the NFL level. I mean, look at Jalen Hurts. When Jalen Hurts left Alabama, went to Oklahoma, many people thought he couldn't be an NFL quarterback. Now he's leading an undefeated team in the NFL, right?
Yeah,
so
I'm surprised by his success. And as you said, that's really where it's going.
Yeah.
These defenses are so